Are you a real lover? I love the letter of St. John today. We get to the end of scriptures and of the scripture overall, and what do we find? You know, St. John tells us in his letter that whoever is without love does not know God, because God is love. In Christianity, we are able to summarize God, that God is love. And what is that love? What kind of love is that? Jesus says in the Gospel of St. John that he commands us to love one another as he has loved us. And how has he loved us? There is no greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends. Jesus displays what real love is on the cross, right? That's what real love is. He lays down his life for us, for those who don't know him, even for those who hate him and have crucified him. We often think in our world as love being this warm, fuzzy thing, a feeling. But the reality of love is much more difficult, isn't it? I was reading Ronald Rolheiser. He's a spiritual writer, and he says that we have this nice, warm, fuzzy love, and what shatters that illusion of love is when somebody hates us, right? That shatters our illusion of love. Love is supposed to be this warm, fuzzy thing. Everybody's supposed to love us. No. And that becomes the real test of love, right? Is whether we're going to love those people who hate us, right? I think about forgiveness. How often do I see real forgiveness? I hear people talk about, I forgive. I hear people say, well, I forgive. But how often do I still see a grudge in their eye? Or that, how rare is it that someone really loves their enemy? Isn't that a rarity in our world? We see that people somewhat love their friends, but how often do I see someone expand themselves so much as to love their enemies? Our rare is generosity in our world. Our generosity so often consists of leftovers, giving away some of the excess in our life, not really giving of ourselves. Although it seems that this type of love, this real love, this ugly love is rare, I do see it in some people. Do you know who I see it in? Mothers, right? The way that mothers will do anything, sacrifice everything for their children. The way that mothers can be completely rejected, hated by their children, and yet still love them and forgive them. The way that some mothers let their children grow up and set them free. I'm not saying that all mothers do that, but the good ones do. They are a sign to us of real love, right? So what about us? Or if we're a mother, how do we love? How do we love those who are not our children? Real love is like a mother, is about giving birth, isn't it? We think that love should be painless and instantaneous, but it can be very, very painful, much like giving birth. When it comes to forgiving, it's like giving birth. There's that back and forth motion. One minute we forgive, and the next minute we're raging. We kind of go back and forth in that until we finally learn to let go. And because of that, we're able, in giving birth, to love in this relationship on a deeper level. Or if they don't accept us, we are able to more freely enter into other relationships to love more deeply. Real love stretches us, doesn't it? That's the direction to go in. You really want to increase your love, go in these directions of forgiveness. Go in these directions of loving your enemy. It's just like giving birth. It's painful. We want to hold on. We want to hate them back, right? And we go back and forth on that. But hopefully we continue to push forward, to ask God to bless them in the same things we want to be blessed with. That's when we know we are really pushing ourselves. Hate is a powerful thing, and our life can become reactionary to that hate. That's what can drive us in our life. And when we forgive, when we love our enemies, we are no longer controlled by hate. How about when it comes to real love, when it comes to generosity? To really let go, to really share of ourselves. We can be so self-centered, and when we do give, what do? We want to control how it's used. You can use it for this, or we can't use it for that, until we finally really let go. We live in that generosity, as we hear in Scripture, we can come to know joy. The joy that is in giving of yourself. That's the direction to go in. That's what stretches us. That's what allows us to know a greater joy. Is your love real?